Hi everyone. So the topic as assigned to teach for this week is proximity. And after reading the Naked Presenter, I found a lot of ideas on how I can use that to make my presentation of the project this week more to the audience instead of me presenting. So when I learned, I did some reading and found out that most efficient um, presentation was done when the presenter is engaging to their audience, means that they do not create barriers between them and the presenter and the audience. They kind of like get closer to them, even touching them shoulder, asking them question, engaging to them. It says, giving an example of after couple years experience of teaching, they found that the most efficient way to teach student is to approach them and kind of stay away from the screen, but be closer to them. But then it explained in the book that you should not get closer to them, but not to create an awkward, close up where you kind of give the audience some space still. It also talks about like not you get closer to the audience, but also have your audience kind of closer to each other, but still creating a their own space. The audience still have their own space, but not but still closer to each other. So I had a really cool experience in Real Life Society where when we comes in and everybody can have their own seats and there's a big gap in between them in the front, and we started to do these things where we see everybody sit in a circle and the teacher is within the circle. The teacher is not in the middle or behind the the pew, but within the circle. And we were like closer to each other, and it was more engaged. We felt that we are more engaged to the discussion, and we are prompt to answer and listen, and stories were shared, experience was shared, spirit was felt. So on this presentation, for a professional presentation, I think that proximity is a really good principle to apply to get your message out to your audience, so they will remember what you shared that day, instead of like going out and forgot what we're talking about the full hours or 15 minutes or 3 minutes. It shares an experience where a teacher was teaching in a classroom, and then after that, and it talks about a story. And after that, they ask the student, what you remember the most? And they're talking about the story, but not the whole principle, what was really taught during the presentation, the lesson. So proximity is like, for me, it's not only getting closer to the audience, like you will be touching the audience or getting closer to them face to face, but it's also proximity is like making the audience feel that they are closer to you by sharing your own experience, by being putting yourself out there, that make them feel that you're closer to them. So that being said, this is a really good principle that we can add to our presentation to make it more that our audience will listen more to us. Yeah, it says in here there are physical limitation in each case is different, but as a general principle, you should shorten the distance between yourself and the audience and bring individual audience member closer to each other while still being sensitive to local perception of personal space. And then please remove any barrier between you and an audience that create distance. So yeah, take away that big laptop in front of you or the pew, walk around them when you're present, and even give them a tap on the back or engage eye to eye. And that's what I learned about this principle. I'm not really good at it. That's what I just learned, so I'm going to apply it, and I hope you guys would do it too. Thank you and have a great day. Bye.